this is one of my favorites, and I am using the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper on page 25 of the August to December mini catalog. It is so much fun, and I have it laying here in front of you. As you can see, I have been cutting houses and trees out of this. It's a great way to use this paper. And then here are some of the other designs. Flip it to the back and we have more houses. Just some fun things to use from this designer series paper. I also want to note that the Coming Home stamp set on page 26 that coordinates with this designer series paper is our Making a Difference stamp set. When you purchase the Coming Home stamp set, $3 will be donated to charities devoted to adoption, foster care, and infertility. So that's pretty cool. And you can purchase just the stamp set, or you can purchase the bundle or even the whole suite. And that $3 will go towards those charities. So yeah, that's a really cool thing that I wanted to point out. So we're going to use pieces of this designer series paper to create a really fun pop-up card. Let's start simple with a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 thick Whisper White cardstock. And it's just folded in half. And I always score mine. That way it gives a nice crease, especially with the thick cardstock. I just think it's better to score it first. And then we're going to take some of that fun designer series paper and we're going to have a snowflake scene on the inside of our card. So I'm actually going to put this here. And then on the outside, I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5.5 MISTY Moonlight cardstock that I've run through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using the subtle embossing folder. And that is in the annual catalog. So it is meant to fit right onto the front of your card. If there's anything hanging over, like there is up here, just trim that off, and then it's ready to go. So now let's work on the outside of the card. I'm going to start with a piece of the designer series paper that I have cut out using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, also from the annual catalog. And I am going to put those cute little red swirlies on the front of my card. And then I'm going to grab just a piece of Whisper White that I've cut out using the Stitched Rectangles framelits. And the sentiment that I have picked out for this is actually from the gift wrapped stamp set. You can choose any Christmas sentiment, and that's what I chose. A Very Merry Christmas. And I'm going to stamp that with the Poppy Parade ink pad, close to the top of the stitched rectangle, just like that. Then I've cut out a couple of the smaller houses. Look at how cute they are. And I'm just going to adhere those, not all the way down to the bottom, but about right there. And I'm going to put their bottoms lining up here so that I can take our ribbon and tie it around. Oh, I have a crooked house. Easily fixed. There we go. I think. And this ribbon is the All the Trimmings ribbon combo pack. And that comes with that suite, and it comes in Poppy Parade and Old Olive, both together in the same pack. So I'm going to wrap that around my stitched rectangle. And then I'm going to actually tie that in a bow. Hopefully, hopefully my bow on camera goes well. We'll see. And then we'll just scooch that up so that it goes to the bottom of the houses. There we go. Not too bad. And then we'll trim those ribbon ends off. Now we're going to take some dimensionals, 5 to be exact. I'll put 1 in each corner and then 1 in the middle. And I seriously just threw that off to the side. That's why I lose them all the time. I throw things around. And then I'm just going to pop that up on my cute little squiggle. Then I'm going to break out all the trimmings, embellishments. They're so cute too. And I'm just going to add them to my card just to add a little extra pop of color. And that's the front of the card. It's super cute. And so far, here's the inside, but we can do a little bit better than that. This part is so fun. Hold on to your hats. All right, so I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock that is cut 3/4 by 9 inches. And it is scored at 3/4, 4 1/8, 4 7/8, and 8 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is use some strong adhesive. I like my Stampin' Seal. Or you can use Stampin' Seal Plus or tear and tape. And then I'm just going to create my little pop-up mechanism, just like this. Super easy to do. Then on the side where I have overlapped the 2 ends, I'm going to squish that down. And I'm going to add some more things to this strip right here. So I'm going to start with a house that I've cut out of the designer series paper. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive right there, and the house is going to go on the strip about a 1/2 inch from that first scored line that I squished it, and then about a 1/2 inch from there maybe. And I will have it hanging down just a little bit. Then I'm going to take a big tree that I cut out of the designer series paper. I love how versatile the paper is because you can cut all of those pieces from it. And then I'm going to add that next to the house. And then finally, an even tinier tree. And I have fussy cut these pieces out. It's not that bad. And then I'm going to add that, overlap the larger tree a little bit, and then put that one so that the bottom is right down to the bottom of the strip. Then I'm going to flip that over, and now I want to be careful. No adhesive on this little square right here, only adhesive over here. So I'm going to put the adhesive here, and then we're going to put this in and layer it about here. Now you want to make sure that when you're putting this into your card, you don't overlap the folded section, because that will stop the card, the mechanism, from working. Okay, so far we've got this really cool piece, which is great, but we can't forget to add the adhesive on this little corner here. So let's put our adhesive here and fold the card over and make sure it's adhered. And then when you open your card, you've got that pop-up. That is so cute. I made this card recently for a something out of the ordinary class, and I couldn't help myself but to share it with you here on YouTube as well. I warned the class attendees in advance that they'd see it again. But isn't that great? I love it. So then I took just a smaller stitched rectangle in Whisper White, and because the background of this card on the inside is that pretty snowfall, I just wanted to put this piece in here in order to have a spot to write or stamp another sentiment. I hope you've enjoyed the 3rd project in the 12 Projects of Christmas, and I hope you continue to come back to see what other fun goodies I have to share with you.